So hey, welcome. So I've opened the AWS console. So we'll be creating a new virtual VPC, and inside that VPC, we'll be creating the Active Directory so that we can create the workspaces inside it and the network firewall. So this VPC we have to create in such a way that we could accommodate the firewall gateway inside it. So let's search for VPC. hmm I'm in North Virginia, and let me quickly open up the VPC, create the VPC. So VPC and more because I need other route tables and internet gateway and NAT gateways as well inside my VPC. So this VPC I'll name it AWS SCD VPC, and CIDR block will be 10.6. Okay, and then tenancy will be default. Okay, and AZ I'll choose 2 AZ because Active Directory requires at the minimum of 2 availability zones. So I'll just create 2. I used east 1 and 1B, number of public subnet 2. So actually I need one private subnet, one public subnet, and then another firewall subnet. So I need 3 subnets in a single availability zones. So for that, what I'll do is choose public subnet as 2, and so I need 2 public subnets and 2 private subnets in each. So so there is one private subnet, and another private subnet. But what I'll do is change this private into public, and the one that's mentioned as public, I'll use it as um, a firewall gateway subnet. Okay, so regional NAT gateway, I need one single NAT. So I'll use single NAT for all these uh, availability zones. Then create this VPC. It will take some time. Okay, so the network has been created. So let's check. Initially, we have 2 availability zones, and in each zones we have uh, 2 private subnets and 1 public subnet in each. But what I'll do is keep this private subnet as private only, but change this public subnet, sorry, private subnet to public and public subnet to firewall subnet. So in each AZ, it will be private, public, firewall. So that's how I'm gonna divide this subnets. So I'm just changing the names first. So this is the firewall, public subnet and private subnet. First I'll change the names, then I'll change the routes so that the public subnet acts as public. So for the public subnet to act as a public, it should be attached to an internet gateway. So which is not the case here. Only this one is attached to the internet gateway. So first let me rename all of them. Then after that we can change its internal working process through the route tables as well. Okay, so this is private, oh, sorry, public. I want this to act as public. cd public 1b and this one as private 1b, private b. Okay, save. Okay, this is an extra, so I'm just deleting that. So after I refresh, each availability zone has a firewall subnet, a public subnet, and a private subnet. So let me check the private subnet first. So for this private subnet, it has a route table this. So private subnet is a private subnet when the access to the internet, any request to the internet goes through the NAT gateway. So if you check, like, yeah, so 000 goes through the NAT gateway and the internal IP address is through the local. So this is correct. And what is this? Oh, okay. So it created an S3 endpoint as well, which was not necessary, but I clicked the checkbox, so it created an S3 one as well, which is not an issue. Uh, okay, let me see if I can delete it because this will cost some money. This one is not required, so action and delete VPC endpoint, delete. Okay, I've deleted this one. If I refresh, it should go. Okay, I think it will take some time, but no worries. Yeah. So private subnet is good. We don't have to change. Yeah, so the S3 endpoint is gone now. And just to be sure, let me rename this. This is SCD private 1A route table. And private 1B, let me rename this one as well. CD private 1B RT. Save. And okay, so these two are done for the private subnet. The routes are correct. But this is actually created as a private subnet, but I want this to act as a public subnet. So for that, I need to change its route table. So let me go into this route table and let me also rename this. SCD public 1A RT, and this has a public connection going through NAT because this was initially created as private subnet. But I want this to act as public, so I'll just remove this NAT gateway connection and directly attach the internet gateway to it. So save changes. So now this is a public subnet, and I'll do the same for this one as well. Okay, edit. Uh, NAT gateway, sorry, internet gateway, and yeah. Okay, so this one is for public 1B. Let me rename this as well, SCD public 1B route table. Okay, so public route tables are configured and I have renamed them as well for the convenience. But there is another one, private, sorry, public route table. So our resources will be in the private subnet, and the request to the internet is forwarded to the NAT gateway. And since the NAT gateway uh, in this subnet will forward the routes through the internet gateway. So that's how it works. And the firewall gateway, this one, no any connections will be reaching here, so there won't be an issue since it is also connected to the internet gateway. Later on, when I install the network firewall, I'll redirect the traffic through to this subnet instead of directly going through the internet gateway. Okay, so private. Okay, this is private, public, public. Okay, this is 1B, public 1A. I need to check public 1A. Okay, so public 1A 00 goes to internet gateway, and in public 1B also 00 goes to. Oh, okay, this is private. Sorry. Yeah, in both 1A and 1B goes to internet gateway. So this is correct. And let's check the private ones. Private 1B and private 1A. So it both goes to the NAT. This is also correct. And no any request will be go to the firewall for now until and unless I forward the traffic from this public to firewall. So later on when I implement the firewall, we'll use this. For now, these two will work just as fine. So since I connected the internet gateway to this, the color coding has changed. Earlier it was blue, now it's green. So you can see. Yeah, so the VPC creation is done. I'll see you in the next video where we'll be setting up the Active Directory and the workspaces. And in our third video, we'll be setting up the firewall. Thank you.